The Eastern African Community and SADC Joint Summit hopes for lasting solution to DRC conflict.
In business news, a record-breaking 2025 tobacco season wraps up. Farmers hailed for high-quality leaf and stellar yield.
And in sport, Zimbabwe's Chevrons lose to New Zealand by 9 wickets in first test match played at Queen's Sports Club in Bulawayo. We now give you these and other stories in detail. The joint summit of the Eastern African Community, EAC, and the Southern African Development Community, SADC, held in Nairobi this Friday, underscored the need for collaboration among the regional blocs, the African Union, and the facilitators in delivering a lasting solution to the conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Our diplomatic correspondent, Josephine Mugio, is in Kenya, and she filed the following report.
A joint summit of the Eastern African Community EAC as well as SADC was held at the Nairobi State House in Kenya this Friday. Among the major issues that came up was the dire situation in the Democratic Republic of Congo, with both heads of state, President William Ruto of Kenya and President Emmerson Mnangagwa, agreeing that there is need to provide solutions to the crisis in the DRC.
For decades, the sounds of gunfire have become all too familiar in the eastern parts of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Despite efforts from various fronts to bring a stop to the war, peace has remained elusive, with thousands losing their lives while millions have been displaced. A new approach will see combined efforts by regional blocs and the African Union after a resolution made during a joint summit of the chairpersons of EAC and SADC, Presidents William Ruto and Emmerson Mnangagwa in Nairobi this Friday. A panel of facilitators comprising former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo, former Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta, former Central African Republic President Catherine Samba-Panza, former Ethiopian President Sahle-Work Zewde, and former Botswana President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi have been tasked with the responsibility to facilitate peace in the country. In his remarks during the joint summit, SADC chairperson President Emmerson Mnangagwa expressed hope that the joint efforts will help to achieve peace, relief, and reconciliation in the Eastern DRC.
Collaboration between the esteemed panel of facilitators, the African Union and the SADC and EAC regional blocs is key in delivering a lasting solution to this conflict that has negatively impacted the lives and livelihoods of the people of Eastern DRC for far too long. Allow me to underscore my readiness and that of our two regional blocs to constantly engage with you and facilitate our important work until peace and stability is realized in Eastern DRC. I wish to once again sincerely thank our panel of facilitators, the revered statesmen and women, for accepting the onerous responsibility to find an enduring solution to the conflict in the Eastern DRC. Through your astute leadership, we remain hopeful that our two regions and indeed the continent will finally help to achieve peace, relief and reconciliation in the Eastern DRC, with it recovery and ultimately sustainable development.
The SADC chairperson reiterated the urgent need to broker a comprehensive and inclusive permanent ceasefire that involves all relevant parties.
Such a step is essential for the delivery of the much-needed humanitarian assistance and to lay a firm foundation for lasting peace for the people of the Eastern DRC. As we implement the outcome of the joint EAC and SADC summit, we are privileged to build on the strong foundations and gains achieved under the Nairobi and the Rwanda peace processes. This historic joint EAC-SADC briefing provides a platform to have a shared understanding of the matters at hand and the enormity of the mission ahead. The need for support and solidarity beyond our two regions is indisputable. Collaboration and the synergies with other institutions such as the United Nations and the African Union Commission will be key, given their vital role in facilitating the execution of our mandate.
EAC Chairperson President William Ruto said the meeting briefed the facilitators on the work that lies ahead with a view to establishing the root cause of conflict, which continues to be a security threat to the whole continent.
The purpose of this joint EAC-SADC meeting is to brief the panel of facilitators on their mandate of facilitating inclusive dialogue among the various actors in Eastern DRC, with a view to addressing, among other things, the root causes and to restore sustainable peace and stability in Congo. This was born out of the realization by the EAC and SADC leaders that recent escalation in violence in parts of Eastern DRC, including North and South Kivu, have inflicted immense suffering, mass displacement, and triggered concerns about the stability of our region. It was further informed by the recognition that a political solution was the only viable path to resolving the conflict in Eastern DRC. To this end, we called for the urgent merger of the Nairobi and Rwanda peace processes into a single, coherent, and harmonized EAC-SADC peace process to serve as a comprehensive Africa-led political process to address the underlying issues fueling the conflict.
The DRC and Rwanda signed a peace agreement on the 27th of June in Washington, D.C., while a declaration of principles was also signed between the DRC and M23 on the 19th of July in Doha, Qatar. The joint EAC-SADC meeting agreed these milestones reflect goodwill and renewed the spirit of cooperation between the two countries.
The joint efforts by EAC and SADC bring hope to the millions of Congolese nationals who are hoping for peace in their country. Josephine Mugio, ZBC News, Nairobi.
And meanwhile, SADC chairperson President Emmerson Mnangagwa returned home this evening from Kenya, where he, together with his EAC counterpart President William Ruto, formally appointed 5 facilitators to tackle the conflict in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo.
President Mnangagwa was welcomed at Robert Gabriel Mugabe International Airport by Vice President General Retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga, Defense Minister Comrade Opam Chinguri Kashiri, Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet Dr. Martin Rushwaya, service chiefs and senior government officials. The President was accompanied to Nairobi by Foreign Affairs and International Trade Minister Professor Emon Murwira, Deputy Chief Secretary in the Office of the President and Cabinet, responsible for presidential communications, Mr. George Charamba, and senior government officials. As part of their work, the facilitators are expected to meet the DRC political leadership and all non-state actors in pursuit of a comprehensive peace in the Eastern DRC. Provincial, ZBC News, Harare.
The Second Republic has come to the rescue of flood victims in Binga after Vice President Comrade Kembo Mohadi commissioned more than 30 newly built houses in the area. Our Matebeleland North Bureau Chief Mhlomuli Ncube filed this report.
The 37 houses built in Songwale village in Binga, Matebeleland North Province, have come as a huge relief for people affected by floods in the area. After losing their homes, properties and other valuables, the beneficiaries had reason to smile this Thursday when they received keys for their new homes.
Tuli kulumbalogo kambo watu sindamiso zimupatu esuwanyika ba iti Mnangagwa.
Twalumba fulumende kunganda inzyatu pa. Tulokubotelwa, tulokupagala kuti ndende wesu. batupa imyunzi iriga boti itukondesya.
For an area that is undergoing massive transformation thanks to the Second Republic's inclusive development agenda, the leadership in Pinga district is equally excited.
Kandirumba abantu bakonsungwalo abo bakanjitidwe amazambangulwe amoyo abo milamfu yakulindira sonomandaya ali kujulwa mulemo mpati ngotuli kulomba uli wa president wesu
tubotere doro ko muri bantu bempinga ibantu bonse bakajasika mutenda bakazonja namanda balikende manda.
Under the leaving no one and no place behind mantra, government is forging ahead with spearheading development not only in Pinga but across the country.
Our policy is that no one should be left behind and no place should be left behind. We managed to gather or to get the resources to do what we have done, to build completely the 37 houses that we commissioned today.
Possible damage in future. Mhlomuli Ncube, ZBC News.
Bulawayo City Council is planning to set up a waste-to-energy plant after tapping into the expertise at the Geopomona waste-to-energy project in Harare.
Bulawayo local authorities admit solid waste is a millstone on their neck as they seek an urgent solution to combat this challenge. Added to this are recent red flags by residents over the unfolding danger caused by the Richmond landfill after fears of extensive air pollution due to fire outbreaks at the site. The Bulawayo City Council says it is weighing options on a sustainable model after gaining valuable insights from a tour at the Geopomona waste-to-energy plant in Harare this Thursday.
We are very much impressed at the city of Bulawayo. I think this is the right model which we should also adopt at the city of Bulawayo. In our previous council meeting, we made a resolution to the effect that we adopt this model in Geopomona. Yes, we are on track.
Indications point to the possibility to replicate the Geopomona waste-to-energy model, which has already set a standard as a viable option to combating solid waste pollution.
We have already put a proposal to the city of Bulawayo, the same model which we are doing here in Harare for waste management and also for waste collection. So we are waiting from the city of Bulawayo to start doing the collaboration together so that we move forward in terms of waste management.
The Geopomona waste-to-energy plant continues to provide critical insights to many organizations locally and beyond on sustainable solid waste management. Theophilus Chuma, ZBC News, Harare.
In a significant step towards energy self-sufficiency, Hwange Power Station Units 7 and 8 continue to prove their strategic value, contributing more than 600 megawatts to the national grid while advancing national developmental aspirations.
Commissioned in 2023 with capacity to generate 335 megawatts each, the two units have become an integral part of the country's power generation, ensuring supplies to critical sectors including mining, manufacturing, health and agriculture. During a tour of the units by the Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, Dr. Jenfan Muskwere, Hwange Electricity Supply Company Site Manager, Engineer Ngonizashe Zumbira, confirmed that the two units are consistently performing within target range with modern emissions technologies that are allowing the plant to meet both energy and environmental benchmarks.
The plant came in with quite key infrastructure that will take care of emissions that like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides. In terms of sulfur dioxide, we have a flue gas desulfurization plant which utilizes limestone to trap the sulfur dioxide and in turn produce gypsum, which we also then sell to cement manufacturers as well as the agricultural industry. The year 2024, this facility produced 53% of Zimbabwe's energy requirements.
From the moment they came online, these new units played a stabilizing role as Zimbabwe weathered the severe El Nino-induced drought that crippled hydroelectric generation at Kariba South. Minister Muskwere, who led the media delegation during the tour, praised the plant's performance and underlined its importance in national development.
As part of a provincial media tour under the leadership of President Mnangagwa, where we also showcase a number of achievements in terms of the new dispensation. So the provincial media tour for Matabeleland North Province that we have commenced today focuses on Hwange district. So the tour includes a number of companies, and for today we're going to be able to tour about 10 institutions, which includes Hwange Colliery Company Limited, Zimbabwe Power Company, which also includes Hwange 7 and 8. So this particular provincial media tour is also testimony in terms of achievements to government's commitment in order to ensure that we achieve energy security and also we contribute towards industrialization of our country. We all know that Hwange, in terms of power generation, 1 to 5, has faced a number of challenges, mainly because of age and also mainly because of maintenance issues, which in the new dispensation we've also emphasized that maintenance of systems and infrastructure is of great importance. And the coming on board of Hwange 7 and 8, which produces another 600 megawatts, contributes towards the national grid, thereby ensuring that we have energy security in our country. But this whole ecosystem, as I've indicated, in terms of reserves and resources capacity, is also housing many other institutions which are also in the production of various coke products through both recovery and non-recovery coke oven batteries, thereby contributing to thousands of jobs downstream and upstream. 25% of the production going towards industrialization in different spheres from secondary and tertiary industries, contributing also to agricultural activities, including in coal being utilized in the agricultural sector, and at the same time coal being used in many other industries. And another 25% going towards the production of foundry coke, metallurgical coke, coconuts and peas. And another 50% going towards a thermal or power coal in order to support a power generation in our country.
Meanwhile, plans are underway to repower units 1 to 6, accelerate solar and hybrid projects to close the gap between rising demand and current capacity as Zimbabwe escalates its industrialization trajectory.
The First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, held a heartfelt session with female drug survivors at the Angel of Hope, a drug rehabilitation center in Mbare, where they bravely shared their experiences.
It was a soul-searching meeting when First Lady Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa sat down for a first-of-its-kind motherly talk with female drug survivors at the Angel of Hope Drug Rehabilitation Center in Mbare. During the heart-to-heart session with the Mother of the Nation, the survivors bravely shared their harrowing tales and their journey to recovery. Dr. Mnangagwa sought to understand what really transpired and afforded the women a chance to express themselves freely as she listened attentively to the detailed accounts of how drugs affected their lives. Her motherly warmth encouraged the women to recount how drugs almost sent them to early graves. Their stories are a testament to the fact that drugs do not discriminate against gender or family backgrounds. Among them are entrepreneurs, qualified teacher, beauticians, mothers, wives, and a tertiary institution dropout. During the intimate session with Amai, the 16 courageous women bared their souls and had their hope rekindled by the motherly love given to them by the First Lady. They all narrated their tales of how drugs wrecked their lives and destroyed their dreams, from violent outbursts, undressing in public, marriage breakdowns and hallucinations. The women opened their hearts out on how they got consumed by drugs such as crystal meth, bronchlear and illicit brews. The addiction did not only affect them physically and psychologically, but also resulted in many dreams and homes being shattered. A woman from Norton who battled severe addiction to crystal meth recounted the disturbing hallucinations she used to experience.
vachinzwana kuwa makazechi sainini anakagara pasofa mudhaini haana kuzvifungidzira kuti zvirikwe angofamba mafanizi tinogoda kutendaya zvavo goza zvare panze tinoda pakanhu pakanaka everything zvese zvandakangoona patv hapana kana chisirikuitika.
Another survivor, a 26-year-old Kwadzana woman, whose dreams to become a social worker were cut short after dropping out of a tertiary institution owing to the effects of substance abuse, spoke about her ordeal.
andinozokwanisa kureita mafinal exams ndinini kuti ndandajero futi kuenda out pambopa papsagais skandaitiza pambo ndogona kuspenda about 4 months doro ndoraindikanganisa zvekuti even ndarimwa kudaro ndaigona kunzi nezuro kana kuti kwaedza kai nezuro kuzoti wakabvisa hembe toda kutienda panapa nemaexercise futi atikuitiswa tinomwa mvura tinomuswa in time toita machores sevanhu vachisikana zvirikutiita kuti bhodhi yedu ive fit toda kutenda inazvo.
A woman from Gokwe said drugs resulted in her being aggressive, short-tempered and violent. Her behavior cost her her marriage.
Ndaienda kunotenga zvinodhaka sika ndikadzoka kumba ndaive netime yangu yandaidzoka kumba kuma 3 a.m. ndo time yandaidzoka kumba. When I finished kuma drugs kwandiendavo ndodzoka kumba na 3 a.m. ndadzoka na 3 a.m. ndaisvika pamba paipai ndosvika ndotanga kutobata zvinhu vanhu vakarara zviya ndotanga kuvhiringidza vanhu vakarara kuvhiringidza zvese ndichidaro hameno zvandainzwa I feel something kuti pane zviri kuitika musaidi mangu ndichivhiringidza vanhu pamba zvokuti vanhu vese vakapedza vati nai mwana wemuchachi zvino vakabva vandibvunza kuti uda kuenda kurehab kuno kuti zvipere zvemadrugs usapotochirowa mai uchishungurudza mai pamba ndava ndabvuma ndikati mukoma ndinoda kuya kuno kuzoitwa rehab mandauya kunoko ndakatoona kuti ndatochinjawo kutumwa ndandisingadi pamba ndichipindurana nanamai pamba vakandiudza zvavandiudza ndotanga kuvajakabura saka izvozvozvo ndakaona kuti hazvisi right kugara tichinesana pamba saka ndinoti ndovakandiudzawo panapa kuti vakakwanisawo kuitawo zvakanaka kuti ndive munhu asinganzi hero pese pasvika.
A 31-year-old survivor from Mabvuku highlighted how drugs resulted in her having an extramarital affair despite having a loving and a supportive husband.
Murume akandisa mwana haatomboita zvekudhakwa haatombotora madrugs haatomboda zvekuti ndidhakwe zvekutoti ndiri munhu wekuti ndaitiza kumba pachitendakudhakwa kunze kozi kubasa nandakusaenda ndikatombofunirwa nabhosi wangu kubasa achititi zveni kana wasimba inoita sei kufanira kudzoka kuti kubasa asi nguva yekufunga zvizvekubasa nanga ndisisina nandangoni nguva yekungodhakwa chete. Murume uyo akauya achida kundiona inini nemwana kana achida kuona mabhuku emwana kana achida kuona mwana ndaitiza ndibva ndatombowana mumwe muchinese ndakawana ndatombotinga kuti ati muchinese mari iya yamajeko ndoyandaenda kumbotengesa sei ndichishandisa kuti madrugs iye aindipa kuti zvondibatsira nevanhu vekumba but ini ndaishandisa kuti kumadrugs ndanga kusatombodya ndakusaita sei asi ndezvinda kutonzwa kuti ndikutodzoka kutoita munhu chaiye pane zvandakatouya ndiri aiwa zvachinja ende ndakadzidza futi kuteerera nekutodzidza kuti fanira kupa mwana wangu nguva yake yakakwana because ndakuna love yaideserva nenguva yachona iyoyo.
Another survivor, a 26-year-old teacher, recounted how her life turned after being lured by a friend to leave her job as a teacher to travel to a neighboring country.
Vakasvika mubamwangu, vakasvika ndakatonoka, ndakafenda. Vatofonera kunzi situation yekuti takamona tirikufamba-famba but mazuva ano hazitobhuya nyika hembe asi kumbotiitira zvinhu zvekuti ane bhodhi chiri kufunction. Ndenge iri Christom meth ndandaita overdose mumba mangu yemadrugs yedoro neChrystem meth. Saka I think system yangu yakanoka kana kuti ropa rakamira hamino zvinhu zvakaitika. But nandisiri vakatosvika ndakatofenda. Ndinoda nemazuva mangani ndisinganyatsooni nchingodonha ndega mumba imomo. Saka mubva vaenda kuHarare hospital mubva ndaadmit. Patanga kuzoita zvaizvo zvavo zvemamental checkups. Ndaita first week ndandisa ndasimba. Ndandisa ndasimba. Second week ndandisa ndasimba. Third week ndora ndakazodischargwa. Handiti ndadischargwa chinzi mwana aright. Ndo mawiri andakaita panapa.
After listening to the heart-wrenching experiences, the First Lady, in her capacity as a mother, applauded the women for taking a bold step to reclaim their lives by seeking rehabilitation services before giving words of wisdom to them.
Don't accept what I failed. Didn't fail. Tell me what you know. So what you tell me what you mean is your life is now started. Hauchagona futi kunoidzonga uchidzokera pafuti. Mwari vakaziva kuti zuva ranhasi uchandoudeni ndichakendini. Saka apa batisisa pandinouya ini pandiriwo pamunogona everyday dunyangu pakuti ishoko zokuti vana vangu ndipe energy chiro basa rakaitwandira vana vangu ava nhasi ndakupeta zuva rokuti ndoda kugara nemwana musikana ndingonzwa kuti wakafamba sei. Ndafanana namai vaya vakakonza mazvona nzetso tomaona. Ndafanana namai vakadiwa vakakonza nemhaka yenyaya yekubereka mwana wangu akapara ndichiri kugona kuda kuti ndikupfuure iwe yakugara kuita zvakaita mwana wangu akafa. Saka ndapinda muna mai vako vakakonza pano. Chero kazenda kana kupi kana kupi jana mai vako ndakatokuvana zvaitoda kumwana wangu zvatoda amai avo zvaunoda kwauzvaduko kana mai vakwana kuna mai vokumbanga mwana wangu dei akabata ini ndira mai vokubasa chatiri kuumba pachi mwana wedu musikana ante upright life izvonadzidza zvakawanda zvaunokwanisa kumubatsira kuchida iwe uite zita rako rakanaka nekuti kuzoti akunofaita nyaya yekuti zita rakanga vanaro ndiwokunopfudza wakuisa zita inowa.
Owing to the trainings and teachings that they are receiving at the center, the survivors have also become very prayerful.
Kubata kwenyu kunoshamisa Jehovah. Ndinoramba Mwari wamasimba ose kudzokera kumashure. Ndinoramba Mwari wamasimba ose kuita chiru chemunyu mutsvene. Ndinongoti remember ani nani ari mukati meino rumu mutsvene. Nyasha dzenyu mutsvene. Divine protection mutsvene. Patinorara patinofamba Mwari. Nyasha dzenyu ngadzive nesu Mwari. Mugosara nevanosara mugofamba nevanofamba. We thank you, Lord. Amen.
Amen. The mother of the nation rallied the women not to go back to destructive habits, urging them to live exemplary lives and become role models to others battling drug addiction. The Angel of Hope Drug Rehabilitation Center, situated in Mbare, accommodates 200 patients at a time, and it provides a secure environment with a holistic approach, providing basic education, counseling services, medical treatment, and physical training, which helps detox drugs. Through Angel of Hope Foundation, Dr. Mnangagwa has done a lot of work to restore confidence in people as she leads from the front in her efforts to address poverty, diseases, gender-based violence, drug and substance abuse, and health issues across the country. Colette Msanyera, ZBC News, Harare.
Well, tremendous work there by the Angel of Hope Foundation. Lives are indeed being transformed. Now we shift our focus to Japan, where the government is impressed by the huge interest in the country's tourism offerings at the ongoing Expo 2025 Osaka.
Hundreds of visitors pass through the Zimbabwean pavilion each day at the ongoing Expo 2025 Osaka with huge interest on the country's tourism offerings. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Women Affairs, Community Small and Medium Enterprises Development, Dr. Mavis Sibanda, highlighted how technology has been harnessed to tell the true Zimbabwean story to potential tourists and investors.
I like the way they are using IT to showcase our country. If you go into the stands, you go into the IT, their displays, you see, you will feel you are in Zimbabwe already. You will feel you are at the Victoria Falls. I believe from showcasing what our country has, we will have more tourists streaming to Zimbabwe.
At the expo, several Zimbabwean products, including hats and curios, are attracting huge attention, hence the importance of the expo in securing markets for local products. The Expo 2025 Osaka is running from April to October this year.
The stage is set for council by-elections in Epworth, Harare and Chimoio to be held this Saturday. A Zimbabwe Electoral Commission Deputy Chairperson Ambassador Rodney Kiwa speaks.
I wish to confirm that all material and human resources are in place. Ward election officers, deputy ward election officers, presiding officers and polling officers for all electoral centers have been recruited. Of course, as a commission, we encourage candidates, political parties and supporters to observe the code of conduct and maintain peace before, during and after the by-elections. Our voting public is again reminded that the polling stations shall open at 7 a.m. sharp and will close at 7 p.m.
Remember to visit our website for these and more stories in greater detail. It is www.zbcnews.co.zw. You can also link up with us on various social media platforms. We are ZBC News Online.
And here are stories still to come in this bulletin. In business, record-breaking 2025 tobacco season wraps up with farmers hailed for high-quality leaf and stellar yields. And in sport, Zimbabwe's Chevrons lose to New Zealand by 9 wickets in first test match played at Queen's Sports Club in Bulawayo. We'll return with these stories in detail.
All parents who have children, young adults, non-school going, who are suffering from drugs and substance abuse and require rehabilitation and reform, please visit the newly established Angel of Hope Drug Rehabilitation Center in Mbare at the Mbare Stodet Arena. Registration is free. Call us now on 0868 800 8586 for assistance.
Did you know? The Cyber and Data Protection Act empowers porters to conduct investigations and audits to ensure compliance with data protection regulations. This message is brought to you by Porters. Visit our website.
Welcome back. The Chimoio shrine in Mozambique, where thousands of Zimbabweans were massacred in 1977, remains not only a sacred national site, but also a place where the spiritual and physical worlds seem to relate. In our Heroes feature, we explore stories on mysteries that are reported to be occurring at the important heritage site.
Chimoio is a name that stirs deep emotions in the hearts of many Zimbabweans, but beyond its tragic history, strange and unexplained occurrences have been reported at the shrine. Local resident Natalia Ndomu speaks on the strange occurrences.
Zvinoitika munomu kanga makomeredi asikazuka asikaguma munomu. Musuwe inogara yakabeuka. Anhu anoridza ngoma muno. Pamweni kusangana na anhu anonga achihamba.
A caretaker at the shrine, Gastronomy, gives accounts of some of the mysterious happenings at the shrine.
Paguwa iri ndiro guwa rino problem akawanda. Padzimwe nguwa guwa irori ndiro 2008 ndiro rakabuda ropa pa side apo pakatsemuka apo. Ngopa zasi apo paritobuda nyuchi. Guwa iroro zvakatishamisa semakuseni. Takamuka tati tudoti tivhure nzira kuti muone kufamba nazvo kuti tuwe nzvimbo ino iyi. Saka takasvika Francisco atepa Augusto pano zviropa zvadini zvakambwera pa side apo. Saka ine ndikati zviropa nofunga chinyama chakweshera. Saka regati dini ndiwe kuona tugume kuona ropa racho ranga ritori fresh. Saka tati ropa irori better tidini tende kuodza mambo. Saka mambo nguwa iyoyo anga asati ashaya. Saka akazotipa umwe mutereri wake kuti akomana endai muno mutereri wangu inini makumbo angu andisi kuzwa zvakanaka. Saka tikauya naye takasiyambichana. Saka takazogumira ropa ranga ratowanda.
These are occasionally seen when key events take place in Zimbabwe, with those who speak ill of the shrine facing consequences of their actions.
Pani umwe mukomana akangotaurawo mashoko ake ameno kuti chicha akabatwa nacho zvikanzi government of Zimbabwe yakachinjira ingaurai mabhonzo mombe angaurai mombe kubva atora mabhonzo kuyazoita chimifananidzo. Saka izvi hazvingaiti wanhu mwese matafamba. Saka isusu hapana chatakataura ipapo sezvo pange pane munhu aidina ikomanda group iroro. Saka akachingopedza kutaura pasaidi pacho pakabuda nyuchi idzodzo dzikabuda dzikaruma munhu yega akataura mashoko iwawo.
Reports also say the fallen heroes have a special way of communicating with the living, creating more mysteries, with locals concurring that distant voices reciting liberation chants are heard at the shrine at night. Some war veterans believe it is a call by the freedom fighters to be reburied in their country.
Pataiviga taipanana mhiko yekuti comrade ndawa kusiya pano, asi patinoita sunungura nyika yasununguka tichadzoka touya tokutora tonokuviga kumusha.
Some believe the spirits of the fallen heroes speak during key events in Zimbabwe, while some say the shrine is not just a resting place but a spiritual stronghold guarding the country's sovereignty. Whether you believe in the spirits or not, the mystery endures, reminding Zimbabweans of the price paid for independence and the promise to protect it. Kenya Sifuje, ZBC News, Chimoio.
From Chimoio, we now shift to our Montreal studios in Bulawayo, where we join Marilyn Ngwenya to take us through the next couple of stories. It's over to you, Marilyn, and good evening.
Good evening, and many thanks to you, Justin and Joyce. In our following report, Vice President Comrade Kembo Mohadi says government remains committed to inclusive development and youth empowerment, hence the ongoing efforts to improve learning conditions in rural schools and national campaigns against drug and substance abuse.
Friday saw Vice President Kembo Mohadi commissioning a fully finished digital skills laboratory at Shonganiso Mission in Masvingo before leading a groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of girls and boys hostels at the institution. The event also saw him leading a drug and substance abuse campaign in the area where hundreds received free medical assistance under the Presidential Emergency Medical Scheme.
Today we gather here
not just to witness the fruits of hard work and collaboration, but also to reaffirm our commitment to the championing of a drug-free society by the year 2030. This gathering bears testament to what can be achieved when government and the private sector come together for a common goal, to build their country.
Drug and substance abuse is a health and social crisis, hence the need to equip youths with digital skills.
Drugs kana takazotarisa ari wese kupfuura munhu anoba mombe. Saka mutongo unofana kuenderana kana watengesera munhu wani madrugs. Dai ukasvika pekuti unopiwa 10 years. Ukatengesera vairi wopiwa 20 years. Munhu wese tese takaungana kudai. Tine basa rekuita kana taona patinofungira kuti parikuitwa zvemadrugs.
We are going to make sure that we provide for digital access for economic hope. By equipping our youth with skills, we offer alternatives, coding jobs, digital entrepreneurship, and remote opportunities. We also want to make sure that our labs will host workshops on drug prevention, leveraging ICT to spread life-saving knowledge.
Our community health workers kana village health workers tichifamba nedonzo rapresident rekuti no place left behind kuti vave ivo vachave nebasic training mumisha mavanogara mumavillage mavanogara kuti vabatsire kuti tikurumidze kuwana avo vanotengesa zvinodhaka.
Masvingo province continues to benefit from government development programs, including in education and health sectors.
Did you know that fighting against drugs and substance abuse directly contributes to the attainment of a knowledge-based, prosperous and empowered upper middle income by 2030, as envisioned by the President, Dr. E.G. Mnangagwa.
The church has a role to play in complementing government efforts in ensuring access to education for all.
We pay special tribute to the government of Zimbabwe, led by His Excellency, Comrade E.D. Dr. Mnangagwa, whose progressive policies in education and health services are an inspiration and a model across the continent.
The event saw Shonganiso Mission, which comprises a primary and high school, a clinic and a church, receiving various donations towards improving their operations. Vulnerable groups from the community also received wheelchairs and food hampers. Earlier on, Comrade Mohadi laid wreaths at the tombstones of the late founding Bishop of African Reformed Church, Reverend Bishop Rungano Jonas Dadirwa Zobgo, and his wife, Miss Esther Zobgo. Mace Martina, ZBC News, Masvingo.
The 15th conference of the parties to the Ramsar Convention on Wetlands COP15 may have ended in Victoria Falls this Thursday, but for many international delegates, the memories linger, especially the taste of Zimbabwean cuisines.
The First Lady Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa's Gastronomy Tourism Initiative continues to gain recognition both at home and abroad. For 9 days, delegates at the just-ended COP15 in Victoria Falls were treated to an immersive culinary experience at the First Lady's Gastronomy Kitchen, where they sampled traditional Zimbabwean dishes and flavors that were at once surprising and comforting.
At first, I was a bit scared of trying out the food, the local foods here, but so far I've been blown away by the flavors. Not only the flavors, but the different varieties of food that you have here. I've tried oxtail, the corn the maize. It's been amazing.
I really enjoy the Zimbabwean food very much. The curry, I don't know exactly the name, but it's very amazing. It's not so spicy, but it's very nice. And also the rice, and also the grill, the chicken, the beef, the buffalo. I really enjoy it.
I enjoy the food. We had a good discussion in a beautiful setting, and the food was good.
From crunchy mopane worms madora to rich beef stews and flame-grilled meats like antelope, the dishes showcase Zimbabwe's natural bounty and its culinary heritage rooted in sustainability and creativity.
I like it also, but the preparation is a little bit different than in our country. But for me, it was really very interesting experience.
Like it very much because there is some similarity what we have in Indonesia.
With cultural exchanges taking place not just in conference halls but over plates of traditional meals, Zimbabwe once again left a strong impression, one rooted in hospitality and taste. Delegates departed not only with new biodiversity commitments but also with a richer appreciation of Zimbabwe's culinary identity. Tichaona Kurewa, ZBC News, Victoria Falls.
The people of Malibeng in Beitbridge West are ecstatic after the Air Force of Zimbabwe commenced the construction of a clinic as part of the Zimbabwe Defence Forces Community Assistance Week.
There is a fresh breeze blowing in Malibeng on the peripheries of Beitbridge, Matabeleland and South Province after the Air Force of Zimbabwe AFZ kick-started the construction of a new clinic in the area.
17 kilometers.
Wara murwadzi yavatofera ndirani risatosvika zvino apa rotusara yabatinga manda ngauri itsini nyangwe ndarwara ndishowani ndikona mandogidhima ndadza ndajena kiliniki yanu
vari kutravela ubva apa richiya Nkwali which is close to 27 kilometers zvari hava kliniki hai zvikoritera zvabuti ngamanda.
The local leadership has nothing but praise for the AFZ, saying its gesture dovetails with President Emmerson Mnangagwa's mantra of leaving no one and no place behind.
For identifying this place, which is the first district.
The president says no place, nobody is going to be left behind according to the Second Republic, and that's the truth. We are not going to leave any place or nobody behind in terms of development. So I want to thank the Air Force Commander for deciding to come to this remote area to come and put this clinic.
The clinic, which is among many projects being implemented across the country, will serve more than 8,000 villagers.
Takatarisa tikaona kuti mu Malibeng community mune vanhu vanodarika ku 8,000 people and vanhu avava panyaya yeutano pananga pachidiwa kuti pange pachiiswa clinic inova ndo saka tasarudza kuti tinge tiri panzvimbo ino.
The ZDF Community Assistance Week has also seen community members in the area receiving free medical services. The development comes ahead of the 2025 Zimbabwe Defence Forces Day celebrations set for the 12th of August under the theme Zimbabwe Defence Forces Guaranteeing Peace and Stability for the Attainment of Vision 2030. Providence Maranelli, ZBC News, Beitbridge.
A special joint sitting of the Mashonaland West Provincial Development Committee and the Provincial Coordinating Committee has emphasized the importance of cohesion to propel development.
The high-level engagement held in Chimoio this Thursday brought together heads of government ministries, departments, agencies and ruling party leaders under one roof to promote unity of purpose in driving development across Mashonaland West. The meeting sought to align government programs with party resolutions, reaffirming ZANU-PF's position as the custodian of national policy and development strategy.
Kuti party ngai hold the provincial government accountable. Party supremacy of a government as leo turi kumba kwako wakugadzira letterhead obva DCC chair ndakumbodawo kudya mari yemastands uchinyora gwaro uchinyorera kuChimoio adisi kuti isu semusangano tiri kudawo mastands aiwa haiziro party supremacy of a government.
The provincial leadership echoed similar sentiments, imploring officials to work hand in glove and eliminate silo mentality in policy implementation.
By regular reviewing and updating the PEDP, the province will ensure that the economic development plans remain relevant and effective in driving growth and development.
It is the government's duty to transform these resolutions into actionable policies and developmental programs that speak directly to the aspirations of the people of Zimbabwe.
Titaona PS vamuguti vari pano pamwechete na our honorable Minister of State for Mashonaland West Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Baron Chombo, and our provincial chairman, Comrade Mary Mliswa Chikoka. We have seen them wachi ita chisungo pamwechete kuti basa remukuru wenyika rite nyore muno muMashonaland West Province.
The meeting resolved to have quarterly joint reviews between party structures and government departments to ensure timely execution of development priorities. Chamuka Charakupa, ZBC News, Chimoio.
And that report takes us back to Pocket Cell Studios in Harare, where Justin is on standby. Justin, it's back to you.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. The Food and Nutrition Council has accelerated its campaign to combat child malnutrition across the country.
Operating under the Office of the President and Cabinet, the Food and Nutrition Council (FNC) is rolling out integrated training for District Food and Nutrition Security Committees (DFNSCs) in all provinces, linking nutrition efforts across health, agriculture, education, and social protection.
Taking into consideration the fact that food and nutrition security issues should not be handled by one ministry. Early childhood development starts from day of conception to 8 years, and we are looking at all issues that contribute to childhood development. We are looking at food security, we are looking at nutrition security, we are looking at health, and we are also looking at the environment at large.
Recent training sessions in Chipinge and Mandarin have highlighted the effectiveness of a multi-sectoral approach to combating malnutrition in Zimbabwe.
A very long time we suffered from the problem of stunting. It's not because Chipinge does not have the food. We have a lot of foods. Maybe it was because of the chemistry of the equation, how to eat, how to partake of that food that we produce.
The training will assist us in most of our programming as a ministry, because it actually created an awareness on our part. Now that we know that it is very important for there to be proper early childhood development.
Kune urongwa we school feeding program wekupa vana chikafu muzvikoro. Uyu kubatsira zvakanyanyisa kudzikisa wandu wevanhu vanotadza kuya kuchikoro nekuda kwekushaya chokudya.
The 2024 Zimbabwe Rural Livelihoods Assessment Report shows that 27% of children under 5 are stunted, hence the importance of the Food and Nutrition Council's intervention. Abigail Tembo, ZBC News.
Switzerland has pledged a continued cooperation with Zimbabwe in various sectors. The details from Olindori.
On the 1st of August each year, Switzerland celebrates the signing of its federal charter, which is the country's oldest constitutional document. Marking the day in Harare this Friday, the Swiss ambassador to Zimbabwe, His Excellency Stephanie Ray, spoke of the many strides the country has made in empowering women, upholding human rights through the abolishment of the death penalty, along with investments in the arts and other social clusters.
Early this year brought the signing of a bilateral double taxation agreement. It's not exactly the stuff of dinner table gossip, but it's vital for business confidence and clarity. Once ratified, it can spark more trade, more investment, and more jobs. As Zimbabwe is running for a non-permanent seat at the UN Security Council, its promotion of local mechanisms and structures, fully in line with the new agenda for peace, would be further demonstration of the country's pioneering role in peace and reconciliation matters.
Zimbabwe's acting permanent secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Trade, Mr. Pearson Chigiji, reiterated Zimbabwe's open for business mantra, expressing the country's commitment to the debt resolution conversation.
The relationship between Zimbabwe and the Swiss Confederation is one of enduring goodwill, practical cooperation, and yet full of untapped potential. Over the years, over the decades, we have worked with Switzerland in times of transformation, challenges, and renewal. Through the Swiss Agency for Development and Cooperation, Switzerland has supported a range of developmental and humanitarian programs in Zimbabwe, including enhancing resilience in rural communities and improving access to clean water.
Switzerland is one of the leading European investors in Zimbabwe, with investments in manufacturing and infrastructure, while the Swiss support to arts development in Zimbabwe is making significant contributions to the growth of the local arts sector. Olina Ndori, ZBC News, Harare.
We are taking a break. When we return, we'll give you business news. Stay tuned.
Steelmate Investments, your friend in steel, is the leading supplier of high-quality steel and roofing sheets in Zimbabwe. We also supply grating, clear view fencing, Penox plates, puke pipes, checker plates, seamless pipes, and many more products that we have in stock. Visit us today at our Glen Eagles branch, which is at stand number 706 Glen Eagles Road in Harare, or call us on 0787 001 643 up to 6. You can also visit our Affirmative branch at number 346 Affirmative Way in Willowvale, or call 0788 930 556 up to 61. Our Mbare branches are at gate number 8 CSO at Magaba, or you can call that Mbare branch on 0782 408 415. Our other Mbare branch is the Discount Steel branch at number 1 Easterman's Place in Magaba as well, or call 0736 439 999. Steelmate Investments, your friend in steel.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go! Lights, camera, action. Put your mind to it, live the life that you remember.
Wherever you are, whatever your reason, it's on SuperSport all season long. Reconnect and stay connected to DSTV Compact and get the best football on us.
This August, we remember the illustrious sons and daughters of our motherland Zimbabwe, our heroes and defense forces who sacrificed their lives for the freedom and sovereignty we enjoy today. We also honor our defense forces who continue to safeguard the legacy of that sacrifice. Celebrate our heroes and defense forces by placing your heartfelt messages on ZBC's wide range of radio, TV, and digital platforms. Play your part in giving them the recognition they deserve. Email marketing@zbc.co.zw to book your slot today.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. As the 2025 tobacco marketing season slowly winds up, tobacco farmers have been commended for producing a high-quality leaf in huge volumes that have seen the country break records during this selling period.
A week before the proposed conclusion of the tobacco selling season, farmers are still delivering their golden leaf, though volumes are now declining. Tobacco marketing expert Mr. Dixon Kubvakacha says credit should go to farmers for fulfilling the goal of the land reform program after delivering a whopping 350 million kilograms of the golden leaf.
We've got top quality tobacco and substantial amounts in terms of quantity, so we are beating both
quantity and quality. So it's congratulations for Zimbabwe, congratulations for every farmer, and we are geared up. We have now set the platform for economic growth.
Mr. Kuvakacha says more attention should also be directed towards speeding up afforestation initiatives to match the upward trend of tobacco production. With a daily delivery rate of at least 250,000 kilograms, the country is anticipated to surpass the 350 million kilograms mark of the golden leaf this season. 10 Time Munengwa, ZBC News, Harare.
Farmers have been implored to shift towards commercial production and value addition to boost the sector's contribution to the national gross domestic product.
The second edition of the Mashonaland Central Province Investment Conference, running concurrently with the Provincial Agriculture Show, has revealed a solid performance of agriculture in the province, particularly maize, soybean and Irish potato production. However, Trade Promotion Board Zimtrade emphasized that more revenue can be realized if farmers tap into international markets through value addition and targeted exports.
We are not only focusing on horticulture or targeting horticulture for exports. What we also want is to encourage value addition for our agro produce, because selling a baby carrot rakadaro and selling baby carrot really individually packaged kana kuti tarita mapiece allows you to fetch a higher price in the export market. Same thing with products that have been canned or dried.
In a show of government commitment to rural transformation, Mashonaland Central Province has seen substantial infrastructure investments with over 140 village business units established, more than 330 boreholes sunk, and 4 major dams under construction.
It is important that as a province we attract innovative investments for the growth and the development of our agricultural sector. Mashonaland Central's agricultural sector contributes massively to national food security.
The Business Expo served as a catalyst for networking, showcasing opportunities in agriculture.
In terms of export, dzimwe nguva zvinhu zvatiri kuexporta zvishoma, kureva kuti pane gap rakakura rinofana kuti ridzidzwe nevarimi.
If each household in Mashonaland Central was to grow for us, it would simply mean Mashonaland Central becomes an exporter of the Michigan pea beans, because we've got close to 230,000 households in Mashonaland Central, and if each was to do half a hectare, that's close to 116,000 hectares.
With increased collaboration, infrastructure development and investor engagement, the province is poised to become a beacon of agribusiness growth and rural transformation in line with the National Development Strategy Blueprint. Tapiwa Machemedze, ZBC News, Pindura.
To the arts now, where entertainment shows are set to light up the weekend, promising vibrant nights of reggae, dancehall and R&B across the country.
Saturday night will be characterized by a roots reggae explosion in Harare as Cello Culture and Transit Crew headline the Reggae for the Headway edition, bringing authentic Jamaican vibrations to the capital. Simultaneously in Kadoma, the Gold City transforms into a dancehall paradise with the Dancehall Remedy 2 concert featuring the Godfather Templeman. Sunday Sunset offers a melodic relief with R&B singer Nyasha David as he shares the stage with Oliver Mtuguzi's musical air Sarungano at Kadoma's Odyssey, serving soulful harmonies to wind down the weekend.
We take a break. We'll be back shortly with sport. Stay with us.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go! Lights, camera, action. Put your mind on it, live the life that you
Wherever you are, whatever your reason, it's on SuperSport all season long. Reconnect and stay connected to DSTV Compact and get the best football on us.
Join us at the Midland Show 2025 from 14 to 17 August as we celebrate a century of excellence under the theme Climate Change Resilience, Smart and Sustainable Futures. Show highlights: Thursday, thrilling judging of stakes; Friday, business conference and the exclusive exhibitors reception dinner; Saturday, Freeman HKD lighting up the stage after the official opening and the prize giving ceremony with our esteemed guest of honor, stunning helicopter displays and the dazzling fireworks finale. Sunday, Master X electrifying performance, high energy main outs and Mr. and Miss Midland Show finals. Mark your calendars. Usasare, see you there.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. We'll now give you the latest in sport. Zimbabwe has suffered a 9-wicket loss to New Zealand in the first test match played at Queen's Sports Club in Bulawayo. The Chevrons scored 165 runs in the second innings, leaving New Zealand needing only 8 runs to wrap up matters in the first test match. The visitors knocked off the small target of 8 runs in just 14 balls to complete a comprehensive win over the home side. Matt Henry's second test 9-4 was the architect of New Zealand's victory.
Now, despite a good mix of youthful talent and experience in their lineup, Zimbabwe batsmen struggled to put runs on the board. Only Sean Williams' 49 was noteworthy in this match, and he got some help from wicketkeeper Tafadz Watsiga, who made his career best 30 in the first innings and 27 in the second. His contribution forced New Zealand to bat again and kept an innings defeat at bay. Zimbabwe only had one partnership over 50 in either innings, a 57 stand between Craig Evin and Williams. The second test between the two sides starts next Thursday. Now, another disappointment this Friday, the Zimbabwe under-19 men's cricket team losing to Bangladesh by 8 wickets in the one-day international tri-series at Harare Sports Club.
The Horse were put into bait first and were bowled out cheaply for 88 runs. Bangladesh achieved the target in no time, reaching 91 for 2 in the 15th over and winning by 8 wickets with 209 balls to spare. Zimbabwe are left with 2 more matches to salvage some pride in the series. They will seek a consolation win against South Africa on Monday before taking on Bangladesh in their last match 4 days later. The tri-series is being used by Zimbabwe as a preparation for the ICC Under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup 2026, which they will co-host with Namibia. Anna Shemurombedzi, ZBC News, Harare.
In form, Kasolaga Premier Soccer League side FC Platinum will face a stern test of character when they welcome a star-studded Scotland at Mandava Stadium this Saturday.
The Kasolaga Premier Soccer League clash between FC Platinum and Scotland has all the ingredients of a sumptuous football meal prepared by 2 tacticians, Norman Mapeza and Tondera Indiraya. In their pre-match flyers, the FC Platinum family has termed Saturday's encounter at Mandava the clash of tacticians. Without a shade of doubt, the Norman Mapeza coached side has done an amazing job so far and are yet to taste defeat. However, approaching weekend's game, FC Platinum coach Norman Mapeza is approaching the encounter with caution.
Facing a very, very good team. I think one of the best assembled squads in the country. If we don't talk of Rhinos of 84, where they picked up, I think, the best players in the league. I think this is one of a club which has done that. And I think the intentions are very clear. The intentions are very clear. If you look at their position on the logo, we don't need anybody to tell you what they really want. So we know the challenges we're going to face. And we are ready. We are ready. I'm happy the boys have been pushing. And what is important is just for us to put everything into this game and see what happens come end of the day Saturday.
As the league action continues, football enthusiasts are in for a treat over the weekend with an array of encounters promising excitement, drama and unforgettable moments. Karajushes ZBC News, Shishavane.
Now, Bulawayo Giants Highlanders will be looking to bag maximum points in the Kasolaga Premier Soccer League this Sunday when they host Ngezi Platinum Stars at Babafield Stadium.
The Bulawayo Giants Highlanders are hoping to win this Sunday following a lean spell in recent matches. Bosoy have won just once in their previous 5 encounters in the PSL, but interim coach Chimoio is optimistic the Bulawayo Giants will rise to the occasion when they face Ngeze Platinum Stars this Sunday.
Training has been going on well since the start of the week, and we are hoping to get a favorable result this time at Babafield Stadium. We continue working very hard. We continue trying some combinations here and there, especially attacking combinations where we have been found wanting. In terms of creating chances, we are there, but the conversion rate is so poor at the moment. But we're hopeful that this weekend things will go right.
Highlanders have injury worries with captain Andrew Mbeba and fellow defenders Mvelo Khoza and Darlington Mukuli will all be out of Sunday's clash.
Mbeba is still out, is still injured, so is Darlington, Mvelo and Hubert, who are going to pass late fitness test to be in the squad.
Highlanders are just 4 points above the relegation zone despite sitting in a mid-table.
Dynamo's interim coach, Tekshua Chinyama, is taking a game-by-game approach as he attempts to save the Glamour boys from relegation.
Dynamos are locked in a relegation battle, and their match against Moors this Saturday will be another litmus test for the 22-time league champions. The fading Harare Giants sit second from the bottom with 16 points, having managed only 2 wins out of 23 games played. Stand-in coach Tekshua Chinyama is aware of the huge task at hand, and Saturday's match against Moors is yet another opportunity to put their campaign back on track.
Game which we'll prepare as we were preparing in other games, but yes, people are writing Dynamos off, but football needs to be played first. They are using the calculators, but we will play, then we'll see what happens next.
Meanwhile, ZBC News is reliably informed that Zambian and former Highlanders coach Calvin Kaindu will be unveiled as Dynamo's coach next week. In other Premier League matches lined up this Saturday, Telwana play Manika Diamonds at Ascot, ZBC Kariba square off with the Greenfield at Nyamunga Stadium as Yada hosts a triangle at the Hart Stadium. On Sunday, Hirentals welcome Kwekwe United at Rufaro, Bigisa Minerals entertain Caps United at Kibo, and Highlanders hosting Ngeze Platinum Stars at Babafield Stadium. Anna Shimrombedzi, ZBC News, Harare.
And with that, we have come to the end of this bulletin. Thank you so much for having joined us. Have a good night and a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Good night.